Yeah, and we're in. What up, everybody? Welcome to The Writer and the Fighter. I'm your co-host, David Golden from OregonSportsNews.com, joined by Jake the Half-Black Attack Smith from Bellator MMA, American Top Team Portland, and Bellator MMA, I think I already said that. He's back. He's here. He's
Yeah.
down. We missed him last week. Welcome back, bud.
Hey, yeah. So, what's up, dude?
Just rocking and rolling. How'd you enjoy the draft?
It was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of picks, but I'm not mad about our picks. I think we made some good ones. So,
Yeah, the Niners didn't have a ton of picks either, but obviously they had a huge, impactful day one since they traded for Trent Williams.
yeah, I was gonna say you guys got your tackle, so that's all.
Yeah, pretty dope of Joe Staley to tell the Niners before the draft that he was going to retire, so they could make
Yeah.
moves during the draft. That's pretty dope because not everybody would have done that.
Well, I mean, if you're not leaving the organization on bad terms, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know?
But you would think, right? You
Yeah.
would think, but some people just don't do things like that. I don't know. But you guys got my boy Chase Claypool. I'm excited for you. I think you'll like him.
Yeah, well, I've been reading up on it, and all the Yinzers are like fucking like they're almost putting too much into it, like because they're saying like, oh, he has the same attributes or some shit or stats as Megatron. So so
He
what they're so what they're calling him is Mapletron right now. So, like,
because
hey,
he's
there's a
Canadian. Hilarious.
high window and ceiling, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think he'll be. I don't think he'll be in the same stratosphere as Megatron because
Yeah,
obviously he was a.
fine. You can't put that on someone, just entering the league anyways.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously you're talking about a guy who was a top 5 pick versus a guy who's a
Yeah.
day 2
Top
pick.
49.
Yeah. So I mean, Claypool's good though, man. I think you'll like him. I mean, I think he'll be. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think he'll be like a good. Like you guys have decent receivers already,
Yeah.
so I think he'll be like a good, third option
Is
in
that,
year one. I mean, work his way into being the number 2 guy. You
yeah.
never know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I mean, he's a big dude. He's supposed to, the biggest thing too, the coolest thing about being a Steelers fan is when we look at wide receivers, we don't care necessarily as much about the catching as we do about the blocking. And that guy is a monster blocker. So
Yeah, yeah. He is a big he's a big boy. He's like maybe 2 bags of chips away from being a tight end.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll see how that happens. We saw what happened with Kevin Benjamin. So
yeah. Good old Kelvin Benjamin. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. What so how did Submission Underground go? I mean I saw your match. I mean, but like
yeah. So I mean, other than me losing, I felt fine up until so like it was just kind of I don't know if you saw, but like obviously a lot of people were like, "Oh, what happened? Is your shoulder okay?" So my shoulder's fine. It was my elbow, so it was kind of like a perfect storm of things that happened
yeah,
because I was drilling. Me and Eric were drilling. Like I was going for kind of like a high crotch to a single into slipping around to the back. Like that was going to be one of my things. And
yeah.
he's baiting me to take his leg for a minute, and I was like, and I got to a point where like I was like, fuck, I feel like we're just kind of stalling here. No one's really doing anything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to go for the single and then immediately try to
Slip
go
around.
back, right? So when I went for the single, I didn't have like a tight like single
Mhm.
entry, like where you're like and flexing or whatever. So my arm was already kind of loose. So when he went for the Kimura, my arm was already not not full on flexed or whatever, not strong. And I was also in the moment of I wanted to go around the back. So we're in this weird. He's turning me while I'm turning, and then he
Yeah,
just he got a little excited and basically just wanted to rip my shoulder, my elbow off. So
yeah,
um,
yeah,
I heard it was like pop pop, like that kind of a noise, like
yeah.
something was. I think I tore something, to be honest. And so I was like, "Fuck, tap 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 tap," right? Like it didn't hurt, and as soon as we landed, like my reaction was boom boom, we
Yeah.
started around, and then like I just stopped too because like I know I said it. I said tap, and part of me was like fuck, I could have kept going, but I'm glad I didn't because like it wasn't hurting there. Like everything was fine afterwards. I was like moving around and like everything was fine. Like, it just sounded nasty. But like as soon as I got in the car ride home, like that's when it like started to tighten up. And so like now like I can't straighten my arm at all. Like I can't put like any weight on it. Like certain things, like it's just a fucking real sharp pain. So I don't know what I did. I might have tore something, I might not have. So I'm just kind of on the mend right now.
Yeah, well, hopefully nothing's torn. Hopefully it's just like, just overextended or something, and it needs to relax there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I could tell you were in transition when he transitioned to that, like when he was rolling, and I was just like, oh man, here we go. Because at first I thought you were gonna get his back. I thought you were gonna spin around on him, and I was like, oh. And so when you guys rolled, I was like, oh, Jake rolled with him, no big deal. And then we saw what happened, but. I've seen that guy grapple a couple of times. He's pretty legit, actually.
Oh yeah, he's really good. I knew he was going into it.
He's one of Gustavo Bessa's guys, right?
Yeah. I don't like Gustavo though. I think Gustavo's kind of a bitch. But yeah, he's one of Gustavo's guys, which is unfortunate for him because he's only going to get so far underneath that guy. But that dude, that Charlie guy, he's super good. He's like one of those. He's super long and lanky. Like the first thing I noticed about him is it's not even just that. Like we were crossing paths or whatever in the hallway. He's like, "Oh man, I like your singlets," and yada. He's all happy and stuff. I was like, thanks, man. I'm gonna give him like a little fist bump. He had the hugest fist ever. I was like, Jesus Christ. The guy really like, once he grabs onto me, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare to get him off. So it was just, whatever.
He's one of those guys that's built for jiu-jitsu. He's got long limbs. He's got skinny limbs. He can do all the body locks. Like he's just, you're just like, you motherfucker. Like,
So I think he's someone to watch. He's gonna be really good. And I told Chael that too right after. I was like, yeah, that guy's gonna be legit. Like, saw stuff of him, and then just
I had seen him grapple on a couple different occasions, and I thought he was pretty legit. But that's just obviously my novice opinion. But you can see a few guys, and you can tell like, okay. You could just see it a little bit, and he's one of those dudes. He just he's got a good build. He seems to have a good gas tank, and he's creative, and obviously he was willing to try to bait you in, which is smart on his part. Knowing that you're good wrestling. So I
was hoping he was gonna try and shoot on me and stuff, and he didn't. So
I did like the takedown that you got though. I did like the body lock you had on him. It looked like he fell back, but it also looked like you kind of slammed him. So it was good.
Oh well, no, I was throwing him off because he was trying to fucking do some crazy ass weird inverted guillotine thing. Because he was like, I knew what he was doing. He was doing this like he'd get in a collar tie and then he'd go cross block. And what he was trying to do was use that cross block to kind of distract me a little bit and snap my head down into his cross block. So it would his forearm would already be across my throat. And so he tried to do that, and then he went into like this, and like I said, I knew it was going to happen. So like I just kind of like used my strength, and he, I was trying to just throw him off. Like I literally just put my arms in between us to like throw us. I was gonna be able to catch him on his legs as he was trying to get up, but too fast.
Yeah, such is life. But it happens. But yeah, man, the big one in that event was Austin Vanderford getting the big W with the submission.
Yeah, man, ultimate winner. Told you. Yeah, ultimate winner.
Yeah,
everyone was surprised. Even people on the team were like, man, to be honest, like because it all favors Boogie. Like it's EBI rules. He's an EBI guy.
Yep.
And it was just awesome. Good for him.
I was pretty hyped for him, man. I came out and I said online like I got to eat crow because I for sure thought he was just gonna get worked, but good game plan and it worked out for him. And I just didn't anticipate him getting the tap. It was just like I thought if he won it would be on escape time or something. But man, That was good. And then all the 10th Planet haters just like talking shit. I was like online, like
Well,
he's just playing to the rules, and it's like, dude, they're your fucking rules. Your God created those rules. Like let's
Schwartz is one of the people on there who's like, fucking, this is a total mismatch. I can't believe they're doing Austin versus Boogie. Da 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 da. And then he doesn't give any fucking credit to him. Fuck that guy too. I don't like him. You don't
uh,
see their posts. I see their shit. Fuck that guy. That guy's a fucking snake. Yeah, he
well,
is, man. One time I was getting ready to fight the hottie guy, and he tried to like secretly record it. So I was working out with James Gamet. Yeah, Gamet caught the camera. Fuck Phil Shorts. He didn't suck a dick.
well, I saw, I saw what I saw, and like how, like, did they not see their boy get submitted? Like, did you not see him quit? Like
Yeah,
he's the one who tapped, and like it's not like Austin's stupid enough to just be like, oh, I have an idea. Why don't I jump in this guy's fucking guard? Like, that's his whole
yeah,
game. What do you think he's gonna do, man? Yeah, it's so stupid. That's just like, oh, I know this guy's a good top game. Maybe I'll lay on my back and let him climb up on top of me and see what I can do. Like, you're not gonna do that. It's dumb. Why
no.
would you do that? Stupid. But whatever. I mean,
He did. He did the smart thing. Like
yeah,
that's
for
what he
for
does.
sure.
He'll
Not
find a
only,
way to win, whether it's boring or whatever it is. As long as he wins, he wins. That's all he cares about.
yeah, man, he won, and yeah, he did it. He did it just right. He did you see the post from what's his name, the comedian,
Adam.
yeah, Adam, what's his that, Hunter?
Yeah, yeah. Adam
Yeah, he
messaged me afterwards too. He's a cool dude.
yeah he he posted Austin Vanderford's used to tapping people that are out of his league.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, pretty fucking funny. So good for that guy too. But yeah,
Fucking,
man.
he got his leg mangled.
What's that?
Then Vinny got his leg mangled.
Yeah, he sure did, man. He sure did. For as much as he says that leg locks don't work, man, his that didn't look good.
To his credit, he didn't tap.
I mean, credit or to his stupidity, like that's not a smart thing. Like if you know that's what's happening, like just tap, man. Like, is it worth it?
Look at fucking Henzo.
It's not like a rear naked choke. You're not gonna just like go out in a second and then they're gonna stop it. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be like potential real damage. Like
Yeah, yeah. This is also how they became so good and great at what they do, right? Because they're willing to go to that place. They're willing
yeah.
to, to them it's so important to not tap or whatever. They'll go to that place, and that's kind of scary. You gotta admit that it's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, no. I think it's terrifying. I think it's terrifying. But like I like, I don't know, man. Like, they always like you always hear and you're always told like how dangerous knee bars are and how if it hurts, if you feel pain, it is too late. Like if like if you haven't tapped and then you feel something happen, like it's too late. Like you're done, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what people always say. And man, like I don't know how his knee didn't give out in the knee bar position. Like I Jesus Christ, I don't get it, but good for him, I guess, for having crazy pain threshold or whatever it is that he has. And then apparently he's trying to get on the next submission underground card. I'm really going to be interested to see what happens for him in a couple of weeks. Like,
Yeah,
does it come out?
he just said he had like a spiral fracture or some shit.
No, he said that's what he thinks. He's like, I don't think it's ligament damage. I think it's a fracture. And he explained why he thought that, but they don't really know.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll totally see. Who knows, man?
I don't think. Yeah, just now it's like, okay, well, now who does Craig go against? Like he's beaten well, not everyone, but
Yeah.
Suggs' little world.
I think I mean they could bring in a number of people that would be fun to watch. I mean, there's still more people out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Gordon Ryans and the Vinnies of the world. I mean, it could be someone lesser. Like uh, but with a big name like Michael Chiesa, he's been saying how badly he wants to get on a submission underground card, and he's really good at jiu-jitsu, so I wouldn't mind seeing
So,
that. I
Jones,
mean,
yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
like I think Craig Jones would put it on him, but hey man, like
yeah.
Chiesa's real good. He's a big name. I think that would be a fun watch. I think Chiesa would do better than people expect. And I mean, I know they're nowhere near the same weight, but you could still bring Gary Tonin back. He's always fun and exciting, and we've seen him there before. I wouldn't mind seeing him back, and obviously he's teammates with Gordon Ryan, and that would be fun. I mean, dude, there's an endless number of things you could do with them, and it would be, it'd be cool. And then homeboy from Bellator,
Oh, yeah,
uh,
Lovato.
Lovato, he
Something
said
that
he wants a piece, but
he had something going on where he couldn't compete though. Like I saw that he said that, but I just thought he had some weird medical. I don't know.
yeah, he did have some weird medical thing, but maybe it hasn't stopped him from grappling. I don't know, man. I mean, this isn't going to be, he doesn't have to get sanctioned by some crazy, place. He's going to go out to a hidden silo somewhere and
Yeah.
throw down. But hey, did they do the thing again where they rub you down with hand sanitizer? Do you have to take a hand sanitizer bath again?
No, but they cleaned all the mats and stuff and had everything a little bit more spread out, a little bit more mat space too for everybody. We had tents and stuff this time, so yeah, they did it as safe as they could.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's good, man. I think it's cool. It's a cool thing that Chael's doing, and I think people in the fight community seem to appreciate it. I see a lot more MMA journalists talking about it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And actually before all the social distancing stuff went down, like before everything went crazy, Ben Folks from The Athletic, he actually went to the last sub card before everything was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he did a little piece on it, and I think he's kind of like he's in the upper echelon of MMA writers, and so it's cool to see people putting a focus on it, because I mean there's a lot of local guys that get out there, and it's a fun showcase and spotlight for some people.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I enjoy it. It's
Do you,
fun seeing other like MMA fighters and stuff doing it that you would normally not see in that setting. Be interesting to see. Like, I don't know why Chael doesn't reach out to like some other guys like Mike or Mike Pierce or like a Rick Story, or because I think they'd be down to do it too.
For sure they would. I mean, why not, right? Like, I think there's a ton of dudes that he could reach out to that would love to do it. I mean, Chiesa was online all week talking about it.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, shit, he's had a lot of big names come to those cards. It would be fun to bring some of those guys back too. Like it'd be cool if he set up a rematch between Chad Mendez and who was it that he lost to that was so good?
Oh, I can't remember his name, but he looks like a little kid.
Yeah, but he's super good at jiu-jitsu. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, that was a really fun one. Bring one of those guys back. Maybe that'll be a good time. But also, I mean, there's a lot less there's a lot less sponsorship behind it now. So I imagine when Flow Grappling was trying to put money behind it, and whoever whatever was happening, like that makes it a little easier to bring in big name dudes, right? Like, because you have a little money to spread around, and that makes a difference, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, but as being the only event thing going on, you think the UFC would be like, hey, here's a little bit more money because you're on, it's on Fight Pass, it's there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you would think it would probably be a smart play. But then again, I wonder how into it the UFC really would be, like if it was one of their like active dudes who they're trying to get a fight for, gets out there and gets hurt or something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But you never know. I mean, whatever. Who knows? It still seems like a good idea. I thought it was fun. What do I know? Do you think it's more enjoyable than you anticipated it being? Because I know like the first one you were kind of like ho hum about.
Yeah, I mean,
that you did?
it's not my scene, man.
Yeah.
Like cool that I get to do it. Like I enjoy it. I appreciate the opportunity to to compete and stuff. 'Cause, like it's fun for me. But yeah, it's not my thing. Like I feel weird when I'm there because everyone's so friendly with each other, and it's like, oh hey man, oh what's up, bro? Yeah, I totally saw you at this fucking. I don't know. It's a different scene. Like the MMA and jiu-jitsu scene do like I guess they cross mingle, but they're not the same as when you're at competitions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's not my favorite thing.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? The combat jujitsu. You think you'd be into that?
More so for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because realistically, my jujitsu has always been very defensive. Like it's you know, I'm not the most technical fucking like I'm gonna De La Hiva guard fucking X this nah I'm a
Yeah. Yeah.
basic dude. I'm gonna use it then. If I can get on top of you and slap you around, cool. Or you're on top of me and I can fucking somehow smack you from the bottom. That's cool. Like that'd be fun for me. But then again, I'm good at hitting people, so that's why.
Yeah. I I I I think it'd be fun to see at least throw like a match or two on one of the Submission Underground cards, and they could have one of those combat jiu-jitsu ones. But I wonder if that's like a thing, like with Athletic Commission or something. You have to do some additional clearance to slap somebody.
That was the reasoning behind I wasn't allowed to do it. That's what they said. They're like, yeah, we can't do it because we're trying not to get the Oregon Athletic Commission involved since everything's shut down and all.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that makes sense, but that's too bad. It'd still be kind of fun. I watched a couple of those. Who was it? Dude that used to be in the UFC, super good at jiu-jitsu. He's been on a sub card. He ended up winning like this big combat jiu-jitsu world championships. I was watching one with him and Denny Krokopos and a bunch of dudes. It was pretty fun. It was cool, but like you can see the dudes who really know how to use their leverage to land a vicious open palm strike versus the dudes who are just trying to hit you. Like
yeah,
it's a little bit different. It's like you remember? Did you ever watch those old Pancrase videos where Boss Rutan would just like gash people with the palms of his hands? Man, it like you could see some guys doing it like that, and it was like, ugh, I
yeah.
wouldn't want to be on the end of that shit. No, thank you.
I saw someone get TKO'd. Just like someone just went into mount and just started fucking drilling it with palm strikes. Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah,
You know.
that'd be that's exciting. I'd be into that. I think that would be pretty fun. But
Yeah.
whatever.
See, yeah, no, and you can't hit them when you're standing either. Like it has to be.
That's the most annoying part of it.
No, I think that's kind of cool. I get it.
Dude,
It's
I don't
not
know.
about being the better striker, right? Sure,
Yeah,
more realistic, but I get it.
I just wish it was like you could land a strike in transition or something. Like if you're going for a takedown, you can hit them.
Like slap them into a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, slap them. Knock them back a little bit. I don't know. That might be fun, but whatever. Oh well. How's your weight loss going?
It's
Feeling
going
lean and mean?
great. But then all this happened, so now I'm like, I don't know. I
I
don't know. I'm gonna be honest, like I was going hard too. Like I lost like 10 pounds, and like I was eating only chicken and shit. Like I know I was like talking shit to you guys, like, oh yeah, I ate cookies and this and that. Like I was actually going for it. Like I just wanted you guys to think I was fucking around. But
You didn't really eat a whole loaf of banana bread?
no, I did. But it wasn't. But see, when I said a whole loaf, like literally, it was like one of those little small individual loaves. So I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like specify. But yeah, man. So I mean, I'm gonna still try to diet and keep my weight down. But now I'm like, fuck. I don't think I'm not gonna win it because I can't
Uh,
exercise like I was. Because now
uh,
I have my fucked up hip, and now I got this arm I can't do anything with. So
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I really fell off the wagon over the weekend,
Did
and
you?
there's yeah,
Jordan
yeah, man,
and it's gonna be infuriating because I feel like his is the easiest.
yeah, right.
Fucking
It is a little bit annoying. I was doing really good for the first. How long have we been doing this? Has it been 2 weeks now?
only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first week I did really good, and I dropped like 6 pounds really fast,
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, cool, man. If I can do 6 pounds a week, that's fucking money. Like that can get me a win, and then I just like I plateaued hard, and I got kind of bummed out about it, and then I told you like, man, I gained a couple of pounds somehow, and I was just like, man, my diet hadn't changed or anything. I've been eating a lot of sunflower seeds, and they have a lot of salt, and I think I was retaining water, and I just
yeah,
just wasn't good, and so I was like, fuck, man, put a couple pounds back on, and then I weighed myself again a few days later, and I was back down, like I was down to like I was down like 7 pounds, and I was like, okay, 7 pounds. If I can be down 10 pounds at the end of 2 weeks, like I'll feel all right. And then, man, this weekend came, and I was like, on Friday, I was like, okay, what do I want to eat? Whatever. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get Mexican food for dinner. No big deal, right? So I got a bean and cheese burrito, but I added rice. And I added sour cream, and this is like from a big, it's like this is like a big burrito. And red sauce. And then I was like, well, it's just a burrito. I don't think I can just eat just a burrito. So then I got to order a French fries because like French fries from a Mexican place, they're hand cut, they're so good.
I don't
So I
know.
got
I never had
so
a Mexican place.
dude, if there's one, this is a fat guy secret. When you go to a Mexican place, if they have a cheeseburger and fries on the menu, you get the double cheeseburger with fries. It's always good.
And you said this before. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that. I don't know.
Bro, believe it,
My
man.
dad
Like,
said about their like breakfast too once. Like, yeah, like get their pancake. I'm like, what?
yeah, dude. I'm telling you, like think about it. Like when you go to your girlfriend's family, they're all Hispanic, right? They probably have barbecues. Am I right? They grill. Look, I'm just saying. I grew up with lots of Mexican dudes, and their families always had like big barbecues on the weekends. So they're always making skirt steak, and they're always making burgers. Like
Yeah,
they make tacos, but they always make steak and burgers, man. Like skirt steak and burgers, they kill it. So I go to the anyway. So I got French fries, I got a cheeseburger, and I got French fries, I got a burrito, and I was like, all right, man, like this is all right. And then I split a soda with my wife, and then
yeah,
the next thing I know on Saturday, she's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I was just like, "I don't know." I was kind of bumming around a little bit. I was feeling good about the draft, but I was just kind of like, I hadn't really like thought about what I wanted to make, and I didn't want to eat fucking oatmeal again because I'm eating
yeah.
oatmeal and meal replacement drinks. Like that's I've been fucking doing that a lot. So I was like, I don't know. What do you want? She said, I'm gonna get Mike's, and I was like, all right, then I'll get Mike's. So I went to Mike's, and I got two small cheeseburgers. They
Yeah.
do like a regular cheeseburger. This would be like the single cheeseburger from Burgerville, like
Mm-hmm.
smaller burger, but I got two of those, and then I ordered chicken wings from from Domino's, which is right next to it. So I went, I picked up my cheeseburgers, and I got my 8-piece wings, and I ate that. And then I was like, I told you, and you're like, I don't believe you, and I sent you a picture of
Yeah.
the box. Like I for sure did that. And I had another soda, and then on Monday, I had to go to Fred Meyer, and so I went to Fred Meyer, and I was like getting a couple things, and I saw like near the bakery section, they had fresh baked ginger molasses cookies in a little bag, two of them together for $1.49. Couldn't pass it up, so then I had two cookies. It was just like, fuck, man, like it was hard to stop. So. I bet you I'm probably still down like 5 pounds, which is fine. Like, but I'm never gonna make my goal was to hit that 21-pound mark, and I just don't see it happening. But you know
Well,
what? I'm gonna keep trying.
you can make it.
Yesterday,
Maybe not by the end of the month, but you can do it.
I'm gonna keep trying, man. Yesterday I did over 10,000 steps. I did 10 flights of stairs up and down, which fucking sucked. It was not by choice. That was I was forced to do it. And then we went on a long walk, and then we've been doing a walk all the time, like 2.5 miles at least like pretty much every day. So
That's cool.
I've been trying, but it's that, man, the not eating thing is so hard because I end up hungry all the time. I forget what it's like to be hungry all the time. It's fucking terrible. It's the worst.
Yeah, it sucks. Before we got on here, that's all I was thinking. I was like, what am I gonna eat tonight? What the fuck am I gonna do? Because I don't feel like cooking. So.
Oh man, let me tell you what I ate tonight.
Okay.
I got some ground lamb recently, and lamb makes the best burgers. So I made lamb burgers. I cut up all this garlic and I mixed it into the meat and got it all seasoned up. So I grilled corn on the cob, and I grilled some burgers, and I bought have you ever had Humboldt Fog cheese?
No.
It's like it's a softer white cheese, and so I took that and I put two pieces of that, on each burger. So I had the Humboldt Fog on there, and then I got this balsamic glaze, and I put a little of that on I had frozen Hawaiian buns in the freezer, so I took one of those out. Ooh, buddy, it was too good. It wasn't super good for me, but corn. I had corn on the cob and salad in a burger. It's not that bad, and it's lamb, so it's a little bit lean. But yeah, man, it was hella good. I'm over here like, man, I wish I had more. I could eat another one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I was really feeling like, man, I should just quit and make Jake feel good. Then he can quit, and then we can both just not worry about it. We can just not tell Jordan. Yeah, bro, I'm doing great. Ran 6 miles today. I'll tell you what I stopped doing is jumping rope. Fuck jumping rope. I do.
Motherfucker.
Anyone that thinks that's a fun activity as a kid, like, man, keep it up, because when you're an adult, it sucks. Man, my knees were hurting so bad.
What annoys me is like my whole thing is I've been lifting weights because I still have access to my weightlifting gym, right? And like now I'm trying to think like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I can't run, I can't go for too long of a walk, because my fucking I'm fucked. The only thing I can do is just eat less calories and just fucking sit here.
Take hot baths.
I mean, I guess I could just fucking just try to sweat a lot, but it's water weight. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, are you able to go get your elbow checked out by or go to like an acupuncturist or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go see my my hip guy tomorrow, and I'm sure he'll take a look at it. But yeah, I didn't. I don't know. I probably should hit up Chael and them and see about their insurance plan and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little worse than I thought it was initially.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
I got to go run to the store actually and get myself a sling. I've been just fucking walking around like just holding it like an injured bird.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like a partial separation or something, Like sometimes those feel way worse than they are. Like I've separated my shoulder a couple of times, like a couple times on one and one on the other, and then I've also had a partial separation that hurt way worse than the fully separated shoulder.
Well, like I said, it's not my shoulder at all. So,
but it's your elbow, right? So
if you look at your elbow, and it's like it's in 3 different spots. Like I can't.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so it's like inside the bend. I don't know if you can see. Like inside here, I can feel it on the back of my elbow, and then on the top side of my forearm too. So it's like the best way I can explain it is when I try to straighten out my arm, it gets to a point where it's still probably like a 45-degree angle, and if I go any further than that, it feels like there's something on the back of the elbow that's like snagging, and if there's any more, like it feels like it's kind of like
yeah. Well, then don't do that. That sounds like a bad idea. Yeah. Well, hopefully your hip guy is also an elbow guy, and he can get you all healed up.
I mean, he's a body guy,
I know, man. I was kidding.
No,
not like you go to a hip specialist.
Yeah. I wish I had the money to.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. I figure he'll probably give me some some rehab exercises to do with bands and shit.
Do a little heat, little ice, little heat, little ice.
Something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Hopefully, as long as you could throw a punch, like by at the end of like 3 months or something.
That's my biggest thing. Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I gotta learn how to throw right hooks. I can't. can't throw straight right anymore. So
Hook's got power. You be all right.
yeah,
It's not too bad. Hey, have you seen these pictures of Junior Dos Santos
yeah.
where he's all skinny and weird looking?
It has a weird dad bod.
Yeah, man. He went full keto and he lost a bunch of weight. He's like down to like I think he said he was down to like 230 or like 225 or something.
And he looks worse.
He looks sick, right? He looks weird.
Yeah, like it's look like his body just looks flat, like it's deflated.
Yeah, totally looks deflated. The part that's the weirdest to me is his chest. Like, where did his pecs go? They're like completely gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, keto. Wink, wink. It's
yeah, wink, wink, indeed. Yeah, dude, I saw a picture. Not to go back to Submission Underground too much, but I saw a picture of someone posted a picture of Vinny and then Craig Jones like side by side. Vinny is like looking like a goddamn like a statue. He's like totally chiseled. Like you read the comments below and it's just hilarious, because obviously the speculation is that Vinny's on the juice and like he's just so yoked. And Craig Jones is over there just looking like he does, like he's in good shape, but not like he doesn't look like a fucking Greek god.
yeah.
Vinny. Vinny's got those rib muscles going. It's too much, man. It's too much. You Brazilians, y'all need to lay off the juice.
Well, if they're on it, I mean, who knows? Who knows? You never know. Could just be natural. Look at Yoel. I mean, he's not Brazilian, he's Cuban, but still.
I can't buy it, man. I can't buy
I just
it.
watched an old video of him wrestling.
I watched it too.
And he's even then it was like he just built different. Oh shit. Yeah, he just built different, man.
Yeah, he's built different, but man, it just doesn't seem no. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like he's the one specimen on Earth that's made that way. I don't know.
The testing, he's passed the testing. So.
Yeah, I guess, man. It's still weird to me. Seems like we'd be able to figure something out, like hit him with some sort of something at some time that gets him caught up.
Well, you could have that disease like that bull had in Super Size Me, where it just like mutated extra muscle.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's part bull.
Well, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either. But whatever. We when you were out, I was shocked to hear that you listened to the episode that Jordan and I did. I did not anticipate you listening. So thank you for enjoying that.
You guys could use the clicks,
Yeah, for sure. It's always helpful. You're clearly the most famous of the three of us.
What? That's not what I meant, but okay.
Well, you get the click, and then I'm saying we're not getting as many clicks as when you're here.
Appreciate that.
You're the one that brings in all these dozens of viewers.
Hey, with my 3 loyal fans, we travel in a pack.
Yeah.
We're. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz, and if Dominic Cruz deserves this title shot. And I got to thinking about you because Jordan was talking about Dominic Cruz's footwork and stuff, and I know obviously you're a huge fan of boxing, so I kind of want to get your take on it to hear what you think about both that matchup and then also. Do you are you a Dominic Cruz guy? Are you a fan of Dominic Cruz as a fighter?
I guess. I mean, I appreciate what he does. But I'm also not. I'm not like in the camp of like Dominic Cruz was the greatest bantamweight of all time and this and that. No, but I don't know. I thought he lost to Uriah. Let's put it that way. I thought he lost to Uriah the last time they fought. But I'm also one of the people which I know a lot of people are like, what? I think that he beat Cody. So, and everyone thinks that Cody put on this masterful performance and just tooled and schooled fucking Cruz and stuff. I don't think so. Go back and watch it. Yeah, he did a little fucking hip hop breakdance. Then he slipped some punches. Cool, good for him. But I thought Cruz won that fight. So,
I haven't watched that one.
I'm gonna say I'm a Cruz fan, but I'm not saying I'm a Cruz hater.
Yeah, you're not. You don't sway one way or the other. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't care. Like if he fights, I'm not like, oh shit, I gotta watch it. It's Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, I just I had forgotten that. I mean, he only had that loss to Cody and then hasn't fought since. I just didn't realize it felt like he had just this like weird skid where it was just like he must have lost another fight, right? But that wasn't the case. He just wasn't in there fighting, whether he got injured again because he's constantly injured, or he just didn't want to fight, or or what, because obviously he's
I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe I thought he was taking a retirement thing because he started doing the whole broadcasting thing more. So I just kind of was like, oh, maybe he's just silently just exiting.
Yeah, I mean, why get punched in the face if you can get paid a good amount of money just to talk about getting punched in the face? That seems like way the better way to go about doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, if someone wanted to pay you just to talk about people getting punched in the face, I'm sure you would love to do that and then not have to fight. That'd be great, right?
Yeah, I'd probably not fight again. Maybe I don't know, but it's one of those, like, it depends, right? And also, like, it is weird to me that Cruz is fighting for the title because, again, how long has it been since he's fought?
Yeah,
all these other people in the division. Like, what? Why are we? Where's like Peter Yan?
I just don't understand why they're overlooking that guy. I don't understand. Does the UFC not like him? I don't get it.
Well, I mean, he's not. This is where go back into why I hate this whole fight thing. It's not about who's the best. It's about who's going to say the craziest shit. Who's going to be the most cringy. Who's gonna, it's not just about competing.
Yeah, but he talks so much shit online, and he's pretty good at it.
He's Russian, and it's not going to translate as well over in America.
Man, I guess, but he's like he's so good. And obviously Khabib has been a huge success for them. I mean, and
Khabib,
huh?
Look how long it took Khabib to get a title shot.
Yeah, for sure, but he did get one, and then once he got one, now he's a big star. So like, why would you not give the opportunity to Jan, who's probably, I mean, not probably, I would say he's way better. He's way better, as an online presence. He's definitely challenged on the microphone because clearly he's still working on English as a second language, but he's not doing that bad, and he's so good, man. He's just so good. I really wish they wouldn't overlook him. I think part of it is Henry Cejudo doesn't want to fight him, so he just keeps calling out other people.
Probably not. I mean, it's you go. Here's also Cejudo's thing too. If he goes and he beats Cruz, right, and then he beat Dillashaw, and then says he does end up having to fight Garbrandt, beats him. He's beaten every single champion that there was at 135, or in the UFC's little short tender. And that makes him, in his mind, the greatest of all time. Like, from his standpoint and the legacy standpoint, when people look back, they're not going to look back on, oh, well, him and Cruz fought, 4 years removed from Cruz's last fight. No one can say that, when we're looking back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's smart. I get what he's saying. He's been laid out. He's been laid off for a minute. He got a little fat there for a moment and his life. So I'm sure he wants someone else who might be a little rusty.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think you're right about the legacy thing, because you think about GSP and what he did to come back and take the 185 strap and then just walk away. He saw a super winnable fight, was like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to go take this. I'm going to go take this one. Yep. He probably felt like he'd dominate that fight and then walk out.
Up Bisping in practice, I heard.
Yeah.
Over the practice, he beat up Bisping then. So he's like, oh, I could beat this guy, make a few millions, and cement my legacy as the greatest of all time. Let's do it.
Yeah, I recently rewatched that fight.
It was a good fight.
Man, and GSP looked really good. Like for having that amount of time off, I was
That's
impressed.
another freak. He's like Yoel. Like his body, like he just got super big, and now he's like, I'm thinking about making 155. Like what?
Yeah, he's nuts, man. He's nuts. But he looked good. It kind of made me want to go back and watch some of his other fights. Like go back and watch some of the fights that I was critical of, before. Because
You do that. I'm not gonna do it. I think he's boring as fuck. But you enjoy
well,
that.
I mean, that's what I thought. That's what my memory is. But I've gone back and watched a lot of fights, and I forget. I remember a fight a certain way, and it's just not exactly that way. Happens all the time. So I was like, I mean, it's not like I was gonna go back and watch some of his more boring fights, but watch a couple of them just
Still
to
a Condit fight.
yeah. I who was man, who was it that he fought? It doesn't matter. Like I said, you know how I feel about GSP. He's irrelevant. Fuck GSP. He's come and go as he wants and whatever. I don't like talking about him. He's been in the news all day today because of the UFO videos that the Pentagon released. People are reminding us that GSP was on Joe Rogan talking about aliens and UFOs a few years ago.
It was the ex frontman of Blink 182, Tom DeLonge. He was on there, and Joe made fun of him, said he was batshit crazy and this and that. And now look at him.
I still think he's pretty crazy, but I have always believed in UFOs, so it doesn't, UFOs on their own. I mean, believing in UFOs is one thing, but Tom DeLonge comes off a little bit nuts. But that's cool. Way to go, Pentagon. Way to throw that out there right in the middle of some shit while nobody really gives a fuck.
He's part of the reason why they released the videos.
And that's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's avidly working on all of this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I rewatched one of the videos too. What was it? It was like the weird thing that happened in Jerusalem. Do you remember that? Where it was like this light comes down and it comes down real slow. And there's a bunch of different videos of it, and everyone swore it was fake. And it's this light, and then something shoots up, and then you see three little different colored boxes, and then all of a sudden a flash and it shoots off. It's a weird thing. You look up Jerusalem UFO sighting 2018, 2017. It should pop up. But now that's fucking nuts, right? They were hiding this.
I don't think they were doing a great job of hiding it. I think they just weren't admitting that they weren't admitting it, and I think most people believed that they weren't. They just weren't talking about it, and they don't think about you know how when it comes to anything that's potentially extraterrestrial, anything like that, they're gonna say, hey, we don't have proof, so we don't know. So maybe it's a UFO, maybe it's a fucking a special plane that some other country's working on, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. We don't know, but we did see this, right? And that's kind of what they're saying. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's also interesting that there's that going on, and then there's the Kim Jong death speculation, and I saw a funny ass meme that was it was Kim Jong Un on the phone, and it says, so I just inject the Lysol, and then the picture below is Trump that says, fuck yeah you do.
That's pretty.
Fucking crack me up.
That's awesome.
Sent that one off to my brother-in-law. That was too good. I could always use a chuckle in the coronavirus times.
Have you heard anything new when this shit's gonna be lifted?
Yeah, but I mean, the things that I'm hearing are really state by state, because working in early childhood education, they're trying to roll it out so that basically every state that's trying to implement a plan is saying, we want the young healthy people to go back into work first. Yeah. And to get those people into work, people your age, basically the the 25 to 40-year-olds, not even 40, like 25 to 35. Those people are young professionals, and most of them are starting families. Not most, but a lot of them are starting families, and so those are the people that need daycare. And so they're trying to push daycares to open, and then they're trying to push those people to go back to work. But if the work's not there, they can't go back to work, and if the so it's tricky. We're gonna see some integration, for sure by the end of May. But I mean, it's who knows how much, and it's all state by state. So I don't really know, but
yeah,
we're gonna be talking about social distancing for the next year or two, I'm sure. So we'll see what happens.
It's fucking weird.
I just hope that we still get to have some sports, but at the same time, when you think about how difficult it must be, like imagine if the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball came back, right? Like imagine they come back. There's 12, let's say there's 12 games in the NFL. That's what they're working on right now, is a 12-game season. They're talking about trying to put it together where it's a 12-game season. There's no bye weeks. And that's what they're trying to do. And the Super Bowl would be at like the end of February. So this is what they're working on right now. This is not, I mean, this is all speculative from sources, but that's what they're working on. But here's the thing: if they come back, would it make sense, or would it piss people off that they would likely have to test every player and every coach and every staff member probably twice a week? Like they would probably have to submit those people to test twice weekly just so we could watch football. Like I want to watch football, but if you're telling me that 53-man roster, 32 teams, two tests a week for 12 weeks plus, those tests could go to other people. Those tests could go to people who need it. So that's the big, I think that's the big thing, is it's gonna be a bad PR move in that sense. But there's gonna be a huge number of people who are like, but we need something. We're all stuck at home. Give us football, right? Yeah. But how many of those football players are like, fuck you, I'm not going to risk my health to play football? And so do we get a bunch of replacement players? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if I want 12 weeks of fucking XFL. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I couldn't do it. If they trim it down to a 12-week thing, I wouldn't be happy with that. That would suck.
Yeah, but you'd be glad that you got something. And that's the point. And go ahead.
I don't know. My thing is just, it would put an asterisk sign behind anything anyone accomplishes, right?
100%. 100%. You win the Super Bowl that year, it was the year that you only had to play 12 games. But you know what? They don't say that about the Dolphins, their undefeated season, but they didn't have 16 games back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was not a 16-game season. I believe it was a 12-game season, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit!
So I think with their playoff games, they went 16-0, and so if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look it up. But it's certainly not a full 16-game season like we play now. And actually next year it's going to be 17 games. So
yeah.
There will be an asterisk. And it's like the other thing is in the NBA, they're talking about like, okay, NBA comes back, and there's been this talk that instead of having an NBA season, what they'll do is they'll hold a tournament for the top teams. They'll seed it out, and then they'll have a tournament, and the team that wins, and they're the NBA champions. Now, if let's say a team like the New Jersey Nets, say the Nets win, they win the NBA title, everybody will be fine with it. Everybody will be happy, no big deal. Or the Knicks, or just some random team, whatever. But if LeBron and the Lakers win, and LeBron gets another ring, and he's like, yeah, I'm a 4-time NBA champion, I'm as good as Michael Jordan. If they start comparing him to Michael Jordan, they're going to say, that one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. And so it's
to me like,
yeah,
because I'm expecting the Steelers to win the whole thing, so I don't want that. I don't want that asterisk by us, because we have 7 Super Bowls, and then Yeah, but it was only you guys had this many. I don't want that.
I didn't give
You
a
guys can be like,
fuck.
man, Big Ben, he came back. He was healthy. Everyone doubted him, but he took him to the Super Bowl. Juju, Chase Claypool came through. Oh,
You got your Watt brother back there blocking.
we got
Yeah.
Watts. Fuck Lamar Jackson. He got injured somehow. Some Madden curse happened. It's weird.
Well, I too am expecting the Niners to win the Super Bowl, come back and be the comeback story, and that would be exciting. But I don't give a fuck if people want to put an asterisk by it. That's still number 6. That's still a 6 ring they got to pay for and make, and I'm all for it.
I'd give you guys 5.5 rings.
I don't care what you give me. I'll take that extra
Like,
ring all day,
6
twice on Sunday.
The 6 ring club is it's for people who play full seasons.
Shit. the 6 ring club it only includes quarterbacks with rape allegations. I'm just saying.
Well, Tom Brady doesn't have any.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
So
Tom Brady's the whole different thing.
Really
Tom Brady's
go there when there's more than one quarterback, but that's okay.
It doesn't matter, Jake.
Hey, that's all right.
You'll always defend your boy, and I'm not mad at you for it.
Start Jimmy, and best of luck with that.
Yep, I'm not mad at it. I'll take it.
I mean, he's a little better thrower than Lamar. Not much better, but he's a little bit better. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, you wish he was only a little better.
Good.
But still, I'll take the Super Bowl, and you would too. You'd be thrilled. You would be thrilled, boy. You would love having that extra Super Bowl. I would too. I'd take it.
Yeah, I'll take it, but I don't want anyone to take away from my victory. That's what I'm saying, and that's what would happen.
Well, get ready for it, because if there is football, it's only going to be 12 games, and there's not going to be anyone at the stands. It's going to be nobody there. Mm-hmm. I think that's actually a bigger deal than playing 12 games, because the Saints don't have that home field advantage. The Seahawks won't have that home field advantage. The Chiefs won't have that crazy home field advantage. You know what I mean? That's huge. That's a big thing. And they're talking about what to do with college football, because you think about this. College football is every school is in a different state, right? Yeah. Well, different states are going to have different programs for schools. Some schools are not going to go back to school. So what if the football team for that school is like Division I, in the ACC or some shit, and they can't, and they can't even go to school. Do the football players get to go and play football? Probably not.
That's gonna be weird.
Yeah,
that
man.
Impacts so much, because it impacts the draft, it impacts everything.
Yeah.
So our world kind of sucks right now.
It's a little bit rough, right? It's a little bit rough, but we'll get through it. It'll be all right. And they're talking about only 60 games for baseball, which I think would be amazing, because baseball's too many games. So
yeah, way too many games.
60 games is way better than there's 192 games or some shit like that. That's way too much. Come on.
I feel like there's basketball too. There's too many games in basketball.
I agree. Maybe this is the best thing that could happen to the NBA and the Major League Baseball.
But not to football. Do not cut down football. We need more football.
Yeah, I all the people who are like, I don't need an extra game. I'm like, bitch, I need an extra game. Give me an extra game.
If it was up to me, it would be a 20-game season. I'd give them 2 fucking bye weeks.
Yeah, right.
And then we do the playoffs like they normally were. I would like at least 20 games. I think you should one in your division 3 times. Well, I don't know. I can't do the math, because that's probably add way more than.
Yeah. But let's say it's 20 games. I like it. The other thing that could happen is, if you have 20 games, you have an expanded roster. Then what you do is, 2 games a year, you throw your second string quarterback out there, man.
Well, and that's what preseason's about, kind of, right?
A little bit, but also, I'm just saying, if regular season's 20 games, maybe you got a game you feel like you can win with just running. You rest your you do like Kawhi, and you sit out a game. Big Ben could always use the rest. He gets banged up more than anybody. He's always he spent way too much time in the dirt. So they're just like, he's big and durable. Fuck it, we'll just let him get hit. So
Well, like even the way that they have it set up with the divisions too, right? Because you're playing each division twice, so like you can split a game 1-1. I think that's
Uh-huh.
stupid. It should be a decisive winner in the series. I think they should play 3 games each.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But then I don't know. I get sick of seeing them play the same teams over and over again.
Man, not me. Not in my division. I fucking love it. Fucking North football. It's just someone's fucking leaving in a stretcher. There's gonna be a fight. They're fucking
Yeah.
nasty, dude.
I just, I don't know, man. I just like
You
the
got,
team,
you
the
got the
teams and
Seahawks. Fucking
and I just hate their uniforms. I hate their coach. It's just hard for me to watch them even when they're not playing the Niners. I don't like them. And then the Cardinals, they're just always annoying. I don't know, man. I'm
you
just
got
doesn't
the
do.
fucking rich ass Rams. Like I just feel like they're like a bougie team. I don't like the Rams.
Yeah, I don't mind beating up on the Rams. You
Yeah.
know, the Rams are a team that we could beat up on, but whatever. It's not as fun. But you guys definitely have better rivalries going in interdivision anyway. I like what you have going on, but
Yeah, our
I don't
shit
know.
violent. It's
I
just like we just hire a bunch of prison guards to shit to like be the refs and we just let them go.
It's like the longest yard.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
How's Garrett swinging around helmets? We got people getting paralyzed. Yeah, fucking, it's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah. Backup quarterbacks allegedly saying things. Who knows?
Yeah, man, he got knocked out against the Ravens too. Before that, like he had a terrible fucking opening season. Like I felt bad for him.
Did you guys draft a quarterback?
No,
No.
want any quarterback. And then they're saying that the Steelers offered Jameis Winston a more lucrative. No, they didn't. Like that was a false report. The Steelers didn't offer him shit.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't hear that one. I can't imagine anybody wanting to invest in Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say something about he's gonna work with Drew Brees and it's gonna improve all his deficiencies and he's just gonna be this unbelievable quarterback. Like he's gonna go from throwing 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions to 35 touchdowns and 35 interceptions. He's gonna always be careless with the football. I mean, shit, man. He had two like legit all-star receivers.
Yeah.
Like these guys are not jokes. And God, that Tampa Bay is going to be a nightmare, bro. They are loaded.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we said that about the Browns too during
yeah, dude. But we're not talking about Baker Mayfield here. We're talking about Tom Brady and Gronk. We're talking about the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, bro. That's what we're talking about here.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's too much. They have too much firepower on offense, and their defense is dude. The back half of last season, the last 6 or 7 games, they had a top 5 defense in the league. Man, their defense was legit at the end of the season. So we'll see. It's they make me nervous, bud. I'm telling you, they make me nervous. But I'm glad that we could talk so much football because then Jordan will turn the podcast off. So he gave me the thumbs down when I told him we were going to talk football when you came back.
Well, we got to. That's what we do.
Yeah, Hey, if so I decided where I want to eat if I am the winner though.
Okay.
I decided I don't want to go to Atala. I decided that I wanted to show you guys my real fat guy side, and I wanted to go to my breakfast spot because I really wanted to show you guys how I throw down at breakfast. Because I feel like
spot.
Huh?
Where is it?
I don't want to say on here because I don't need to blow up my spot. It's already got too many people going to it, so I'll tell you later. But it's really good, and they got a thing there. They got a dish there that's called the best of both worlds. It's a full half order of biscuits and gravy and eggs Benedict. So you can throw that on there. They got another one called the gravy train. It's like eggs Benedict, but instead of English muffins, they do a biscuit and they put the poached egg on top and then they cover it with gravy. That's called the gravy train. That one's pretty solid. They got a lot of good stuff there. They got a breakfast meatloaf that is legit. They got a Creole hash thing. They got all kinds of good stuff. It's fucking great. And so I figure if I really want to show you guys like what I can really do at a meal. That's where it'll happen. And I want you guys to look at me and be like, how did you do that? So that if
Look,
I win, that's what we're doing.
I'll eat you too. Like I don't understand you guys. Like
Huh?
I just think you guys are these amazing athletes and you guys can do this. You guys can't hang with me. All right. I just got hurt. So first off, if you win, it's a technicality. Secondly, if we do go to this place, we go eat, I'm gonna eat you under the table. I just want you to know that.
Hey, if there is one thing I am confident I could do match you in, it is eating. Now you may be the superior athlete. You have been training for quite a while.
I've been training this gut too, buddy.
That's okay. I mean it's really it's really more about me and you when it comes to eating anyway. So my thought is you'll enjoy it, I'll enjoy it. Jordan will have to sit there and he'll he'll be all right.
Sure.
Maybe he'll have stretched out his gut enough that he could do an extra side of potatoes or something. Who knows? But
hey, I gotta get going. I gotta go. I gotta run the Walgreens before that shit closes.
all right, man. Well, I hope your elbow's feeling better. Hang in there. I'll be talking shit, messaging you later. And thanks everybody for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe or rate and review on iTunes or on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. Tell people, show people, whatever. That would be great. Make sure you follow Jake on all social media. He is at UberSmitty. I am at David Golden MMA on Twitter. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, dude. That was